Hey there, it's Leisha Chamberlain, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about simplifying the inviting process by using the invite funnel. I've found that one of the places that new coaches get caught up or get tripped up the most is in inviting, whether it is with keeping track of everything, with knowing how to approach interacting and engaging with people, whatever it is, it seems like inviting is where we as coaches get stuck most often. But with this invite funnel, it will completely simplify the inviting process and give you a strategic way to manage your connections so that you never have to spend hours trying to figure out who it is that you want to connect with. And it really will build momentum in your business and help you move forward. I personally have just started using the invite funnel in my business, and it's completely transforming the way I'm doing things. It's making my power hours so much simpler and faster. And so that's why I wanted to just share with you, one, what the invite funnel is, two, what each stage in the process is and how to use those stages, and then three, a really simple way to track all of your connections so that, again, you don't get tripped up, you don't get stuck, and you can consistently complete your invites and complete your power hours to make you as effective as a coach and as a business person as you can be. So that's what we're going to cover, and let's just jump in. So first off, the invite funnel is just a strategic system that will help you go through the inviting process. It will help you make initial connections with potential challengers, with new people, and it will, one, if you're using Facebook, it will help you build affinity, but two, it will help you just be authentic in the way that you are connecting with people. It won't just be a cold invite or a blanket invite to any person ever. It's just a really strategic system for making authentic connections and for just getting your name out there, your face out there, and for helping people see what it is that you are, one, inviting them to, but two, that you're all about. So that, in a nutshell, tells you basically what the invite funnel is. And now I'm going to screen share so I can show you what each of those stages in the funnel is, so that you have a better understanding, again, of what I'm talking about. So let's start the screen share. Okay, so this is just a little graphic that I have created. I've borrowed it from a couple different people too, so it's not completely my own, nor is the idea of the invite funnel, so I want to put that out there right now. But this just gives you a guideline to follow so that you don't get confused in any stage of the process, and so that you are able to most effectively use this. So the funnel itself is 7 stages. And you can see it's step by step by step. And this graphic will show you exactly what you should do in each stage and how soon you should move anyone in each step or in each stage to the next step. So the basic concept is that you start someone in step 1, they stay in step 1 for 2 days, and when they've been in that stage for 2 days, they move to step 2, and so on and so forth. So that initial step 1 is just liking and commenting. You're making that initial connection. You are getting to know that person a little bit. You're trying to see what it is that they're about, and you are just letting them know that you're interested in them. They're probably going to start seeing, oh, hey, you know, Leisha seems to be liking a lot of my posts. Maybe we like some of the same things. And so that not only will help you get to know the person that you are trying to connect with, but it will also help them to start seeing you and start getting to know you a little bit better. So that's step 1, just liking and commenting. Then 2 days later, you move that person to step 2. And this is liking, commenting, and messaging. So in this stage, you're going back and again, going through their Facebook page, commenting on a few things, liking a few things, but then you're taking it a step further and sending a personal message. And I like to make that message tied to something that I saw on their Facebook page. So if they had a really cute picture of one of their kids up, I might say something like, hey girl, I saw your family picture. It was really adorable. Do you mind me asking how old your kids are? I have a 1-year-old and it just seems like the time flies by. So I'm not only asking them for information, I'm also giving a little bit of my information. And that just kind of breaks the ice and gets people more willing to interact and engage with you. So that's step 2. Make sure that you make the message something that is just that's just neutral. You don't want it to be specifically Beachbody related. You don't want to mention Beachbody at all. Actually, you're just using that message to start getting to know that person. And 2 days later, you're going to move that person to step 3. You, in this stage, are just continuing the conversation. You probably want to go in and comment on a few more things. You'll want to go back to that previous message that you had shared, look at their response, and in this step, you are beginning to form. So you're using those family ties, the occupation, relationship, and then you'll eventually lead into your message. But this stage is really just about building that relationship, building that trust, and adding value to this person. So then, again, in 2 days, you'll move them to step 4. This is another phase of forming. You're going to be responding to, following up to that previous conversation that you had, maybe asking more questions. You're just using this again to continue building that relationship, to get to know that person, and to maybe start to see how you can offer that person some solutions with what you have to offer. So this is a really important stage. You really need to be asking important questions here. And then step 5, this is probably my favorite step, but maybe the scariest one too. But this is the crux for me. This is what has really made a difference in my power hours and in moving my business forward. Because step 5 is inviting. And whereas before I would spend too much time trying to figure out who it was that I should invite each day, step 5 makes it easy. Whoever is in step 5 or whoever is moving to step 5, that's who you invite that day. And it can be inviting to the coaching opportunity, to a challenge group, or even to a free group. Whatever it is that you have to offer at that point in the month, that's what you are inviting the people in stage 5 to. But rather than letting yourself get caught up or get cold feet and not want to invite for the day, and maybe even letting the day pass without doing any invites, if you are consistently using the invite funnel, you will be consistently having new people in stage 5 or step 5 that you will need to invite. And so, like I said, this is my favorite stage because it just is really what has made the difference for me. It's streamlined everything and just has really helped me be more effective at inviting. So then, you move on from step 5 in 2 days, and then you go to step 6. In this stage, you are looking back at that message, at that invite. Did they respond to it? Did they have questions? Whatever it is, you are giving a response and a follow-up to that person. If they didn't respond, then you just do a follow-up message and, again, say, hey girl, I don't know if you saw my previous message, but I was really interested in having you participate in this, and were you giving it any more thought? And make sure that each of these messages you're following up with a question, because you want to lead toward getting a response. And if you just give information without asking any questions, then you're not very likely or not as likely to get a response. But if you're finishing with a question, then the people that you are contacting and connecting with are much more likely to respond. So step 6 is that follow-up to the initial invite. And then step 7 is if you touched base with them twice after the invite, with the invite and then with your follow-up, if they still didn't respond to you, then you just put them in step 7 and you start over with them in 90 days or 30 days, whatever it is that works for you. And then you just constantly have new people that you're adding to the funnel, but also people that you're going back with and following up. And don't underestimate the power of following up. I have had so many people that months into my journey as a coach, I've gone back and followed up with again. And those months that they were either not responding to me or they were telling me no, something finally sunk in and they were finally ready to jump in and they said, yes, this month is my month and I'm going to do it, and have just soared from there. So, that follow-up, that step 7 is so important. Don't just put them in a group to never contact again. Make sure that you consistently follow up as well. So that gives you an idea of each stage in the funnel, each step. And that's the basics of how it works. But like I said, I wanted to give you an easy way to track this as well. So that's what I have here. It's a really simple system. You should be inviting and connecting with at least 5 people every day. So you can see I have it even color-coded for you. You add 5 new names to the list, the date that they started, and you can check off that they're in stage 1. The next day, again, you're adding 5 new people, the date, and they're in stage 1. And then once they get to stage 2, you can just consistently check it off. This is a really simple, paper and pencil way of tracking. I personally use Streak right now, and I'm loving it. It has really simplified things for me as well, and auto-populates everything, so I can automatically see when I open it up that these people are 2 days into each stage, and so I just automatically interact with them and move them to the next step. But I don't want this to be overcomplicated for you, especially as a new coach. I want it to be very simple, very doable, and very duplicable. So that is why I'm providing you with these resources, with this paper pencil checklist, so that you can print this off and start it today. And I'm telling you, today is when you need to start it, because you will start seeing momentum when you start being consistent with your interactions and your invites. If you just willy-nilly everything, then no, you aren't ever going to see your business grow. But this is a game changer, and this is a system that anyone can do. And like I said in the beginning, it's a system that you can use now as a brand new coach, and you can keep using it as your business grows and grows. And it will make your business grow because you'll be consistent with it. So I hope this gives you a clearer picture of what the inviting process looks like, how you can do it, and how you can make it doable for you. And I can't wait to see the way that your business grows.